Hello everyone, my name is Miguel Morales Valtierra, and this is my project for CNIT 125 Information Security Professional, and my project is called When Data Becomes Information. Data and information are correlated to technology. Information technology makes reference to a transition in the usage and supervision in the practical implementation of computer software, networks, and hardware. Data refers to those resources, facts of alphabetical and qualitative values that attach to their entity in any description codified based on the empirical fact of an event or entity. Data prevail has a natural and disorganized fact that requires eventually being converted and processed into information. Once the data is interposed under some format and is specified within a context to be used effectively, it will become information. In the text and overview of information technology and its application in business, its authors assert that information technology is a combined system of various interrelated and interdependent subsystems involving computer, network technology, and other electronic devices. It is mainly concerned with the generation, storage, collection, communication, and processing of information. Data per se is something that is given as a raw input. After it is processed with proper context and logical meaning, it is transformed into information. Most of the users of Internet of Things predispose their security in the format of documents and protocols for optimal communication, establishing themselves continuously in an indirect way as precursors of their development. During and after the natural transition from data to information, exist multiple scenarios vulnerable to exploitation of resources that might be interrupted and corrupted by malicious interests and purposes. As a user of the Internet, one should detect that any condition of lingering security depends on the question of who is in charge of applying security. It is worth mentioning that any scheme involving innovation will always have potential for exposure. The security during the processing and dissemination of information is proportional to its security measure. If the security parameters are too high or sophisticated, casualties such as difficult access to information for some users could display and represent a challenge. To the contrary to avid sniffers who might find interest in what is preserved there in any of its two states, data or information. The strict limits applied do not necessarily have greatest security or the best adaptation for the service of information, but rather the willingness to execute. I believe that any cybersecurity policy is ineffective if there is not a whole disposition to follow the protocols. Thank you for listening.